What's up, guys? It's your boy Hotshot. So, I'm sure by looking at this video, number 3, you're going to say, Hotshot, why do we have to look at your ugly mug lately? What happened to the driving? Well, the problem is, this truck doesn't have a mount. So hopefully tomorrow, when we get my girl back on the back of the trailer, but we'll have the mount, so y'all can go back to seeing the scenery. But as of right now, you got Big Sexy Hotshot. So this is going to be a negative video that nobody's going to like, but it's real. It's real. But first, remember, if you don't have haters, you're not succeeding. So apparently, I got this guy on Facebook that rides me, and just don't like car haulers. And, I was supposed to be out of business in 6 months and I'm still here. And so now people are sending in my videos, which is great. Keep sharing. But do me a favor. Hit the thumbs down or the thumbs up. But share them videos. Send them away, guys. Send them away. Haters equal money and fuel for the fire. Fire equals money. All right, but anyway. So, I did a video yesterday on should I start my own authority or should I work for somebody? So, in the market right now, it's not pretty. The rates are really down, really down. So, if you are going out and having to purchase a new truck and a new trailer, and learning in the process in a down market, it's going to be rough. The last time the market has looked this bad was in 2008. And in 2008, a whole lot of owner-operators lost their equipment. So, it's hard to know, and I'm not telling you guys don't chase your dreams. That's not what I'm telling you. But it's hard enough for a guy that's sustained, got a footprint in the industry, has customers, and this and that, to sustain and keep it moving. It's not easy. I mean, it's not impossible, but it's not easy. And I'm not saying if you guys come in right now that you're going to fail. That's not what I'm saying. But with the way the market is tracking, it's still in a downward spiral. The amount of trucks compared to the amount of freight is so close that it looks to be there's more trucks than loads. Is that the truth? I don't think so. But I think it's the problem with drivers and business owners in panic mode. So they're in panic mode, so they're taking whatever. People have accepted that it's now cheap freight. They've accepted it, and that's horrible. Horrible. Like, if you went in tomorrow and your boss says, you know what, the business is hurting, so I know you were at $11 an hour, but we're going to give you $9 an hour for the foreseeable future until my business is better so you can get more money. What are you going to do? You're going to quit. But yet as a transporter, and a hauler, we say okay, and we take it. We just keep taking it. And now the car industry is the last to follow. And here's why. So the car industry is a specialized market. Not everybody wants to haul cars. Hauling cars is not easy. It's not impossible or hard, but it's not easy. So you have these flatbed guys, even dry vans now are hauling cars. They are bringing, and this is just an example, out of California, Fontana, California, up to Chicago, and I'm sure the East Coast too, they're bringing Teslas in dry vans, not in enclosed car carriers, in a dry van, running them 3 at a time. And so the dry van market is in a downward spiral. So let's go to cars because they pay a little better. Well, and if they're okay with $1.80, $1.90 a mile in the dry van world, and you bring them over here for 3 cars at $2.10 a mile, 1 pick, 1 drop, they're going to run it and be happy. And meanwhile, they're chopping our rates because them cars used to pay $2,000 a piece, and now they're not even paying $1,000. And we're having the same thing with flatbeds. Flatbeds are running cars for fuel money. So it's just in a downward spiral. Now, it's got to come back. It will come back. It's just a matter of when. Because what's going to happen is, and I hate to say this, but it's going to plummet all the way down. It's just going to pew. And then it's going to hit the spot where there's so many carriers not, that have got to go out of business or shut down or, lease on, that they're going to have to shoot back up. Because then they're going to have to do that and replenish the market. History has a way of repeating itself. And unfortunately, people coming into this industry, or even people in this industry, does not look at market trends. There's a recession every so often. There's a market drop every so often. It's just leap years every 4 years. Everything comes back around. I mean, there was a couple years ago, there was people wearing bell bottoms, and they were from the 80s. And when I was in school, we had them big Jenkos. Well, they did them back in the 60s and 70s, So it repeats itself, unfortunately. And for a new guy coming in that is going to be learning, and you already have carriers on the board that you don't have 40, you don't have this many ratings, or you don't have this many years in the business, your DOT number's not active enough. It is tough for a young man to come up in here. And I mean young man in the business. But, like I said, it's possible, and you can do it. Now, you can say, you know what, hot shot, boom, I'm going to do it. I'm not accepting failure. That's fine. And if you need help along the way, I'll support you. I'll help you. Whatever you need. But I'm here to tell you, it's not going to be easy, but it's not impossible. So, all right, hot shot. Market's tanking. I've already bought my truck. I've already bought my trailer. So you're telling me my dream and future is over. It's not what I'm telling you. I'm telling you, find another angle. Find a way to latch on, to learn, to eat the market, to ride out the waves on someone else's dime. And this goes back to yesterday, the leasing on versus owner-operator. And now, just keep in mind, being a business owner is not a one day or a weekly or even a yearly thing. If you're committed and you own a business, it's till you give it up. So you don't have to jump in today and say, boom, if I'm not an owner operator, I'm not doing it. It's not possible. And I'm going to throw this in here again. I have too many customers, which is a good thing. But if you guys have, if there's anybody out there that has their own insurance, they're legal. I mean legal. I don't want no halfway legal, no, not all the way yet legal. I need somebody with MC number, DOT number, good equipment. I'm willing to help you work. I'm willing to feed you a little work. I can't do it all. At this point, I'm even feeding my mentor. I got 3 trucks that don't work for me. They just work under me. Oh, and this is the guy that gave me this truck. Great relationships with customers. So I tell him, hey, this seat's hard on the cheeks, man. He goes, cheese and rice, how do I make you happy? Just come do the work for me. Great relationship with customers. So that's that. And now maybe you sat down, and now maybe you're coming in with a paid off truck, paid off trailer, and you've got it to where you're going to eat out of the truck. You've got this and that figured out. And you can sustain at $1.25 to $1.30 a mile. Is that what it's going to be? No, that's not what it is. But do not say I'm going to sustain at $1.75 because your bottom is too close. You need to have cushion and room. So, if you can sustain at 1 1/4 and the rate's never below 150, you'll be all right. And when I say sustain, I don't mean pay the truck payment, pay the fuel, and that's it. No, you still got to profit. You still got to have money on the wood to make you want to keep doing this. You're not going to want to keep doing this if the money ain't there. Now, you don't do this only for the money, but it's got to help. You know what I mean? It'll definitely help. It's got to be there. Because without the money, you can't sustain anything. So, and no way, I've just listened to some older guys, and, it's been in a while. Oh, been in business a while. I've heard and seen, the reports and all the stuff from back then that when the mega carriers were full, they couldn't even take on leased trucks because everybody did what I'm telling you to do, but they waited last minute. And then everybody just jumped on board. Like if you watch United Road right now, everybody's locking on URS. Everybody's locking on URS. Why? Because they got plenty of freight. And they will lease you on because they are an asset-based company. They're not Montway and Metrogistics that doesn't have any trucks. United Road is an asset-based company. Now, I don't work for them. I'm not even signed up with them. No interest. But I'm a road. So I'm going to do it. Everything I do is differently, unfortunately. So, it's, it is what it is. So when you're sitting down and you're so far into this, and just remember, as a new entrant, insurance isn't going to be cheap. So if you've got high insurance, with a truck payment, with a car payment, I would think, this is just what I would think, that at a bare minimum, you would need your fixed cost to be under $1,000. Fixed cost to be under a G. Now, a variable cost of fuel is all relative, because it's going to be 30 cents a mile. But you need to have those fixed costs as low as possible. So let's say you get your fixed cost down to $800, and your fuel is at $1,200. Okay, so you're at $2,000 a week in cost. Okay, so if you make $2,800 a week, that's what it is. You got $800 left. That money racks up real fast. If you've got $1,000 a week truck, $1,000 a month truck note, $600 a month trailer payment, insurance of, I'm going to call it $2,000. So that's what did I say? 36? 8 times 4 is 32. No, 6 times 4 is 24. 8 times 4. Oh, shit, man. I think I'm there. 8 times 4 is 32, I believe. Yeah, 32. All right, so that's your fixed costs have to be under $3,200 a week or a month. In my mind, that's to sustain if you're only making $2,800 a week gross. If you're making $2,800 a week gross, bare minimum. Now, remember, guys, I'm not talking about numbers we run now. I'm talking about looking into the future and realizing when things hit the fan and the market is down and you've already done your research, you've already squashed them. You've already got everything set. So when everybody's panicking, you're running. You're making money because you brought your costs down. And now I understand there's only so much you can do, right? There just is. So now may be the time to look at other ways to run. What's another way that I can make money? What's another outlet in the industry, still doing what you're doing? What's another outlet or niche that others have not tapped into that I could maybe go after? And now you remember, if you're running dealership cars, the big guys having the same problem. And they can sustain, I believe, last I talked to a couple people, it costs them $2.40 a mile. $2.40 a mile to operate, right? That's what they need a car to be at $2.40 a mile. That's what they need it to be. At $2.40 a mile, bare minimum, 26 cents. So if they're at 35, they're going to make it. And because most of them have their stuff together and they have enough money in the bank that where it's not going to hurt them, They can weather the storm at a bare minimum. If you just put all your life savings, everything you got, you and your family is counting on you making thousands of dollars out the gate to live off of. Like you're going to be living load to load and, week to week for a while. What are you going to do? And now, here's the thing. You come in with a paid off truck, you got a paid off trailer, you got a little money, right? Now let's say 4 months in, the market gets at a very, very bottom and it looks like it's about to come up, but you're at that verge. You're like, you know what? We're really close. Another 10 grand. Like if I had 10 grand, I could ride it out the rest of the way. If not, it might put me out of business. You've got a paid off truck and trailer. you can take a loan on it to get the 10 G's to ride it out. Now, don't get the 10 G's and go on vacation, but you've got a backup plan. That's a great backup plan. I'm just telling you what I do. I got a paid off truck for that reason. It's sitting paid off, you know, and I just bought another. Well, we got some stuff going on. Cash. Cash is king. Now, as you all know, I started with $5,000. I have done 90% of what I did all cash. I did have some help from my dad for a little bit, but, you know, now we're, you know, it's back to where that's taken care of, paid off, and we're square. So, you know, we're all good there. So you guys got to, just got to be ready. Like, this is, if you look at the load board, you look at the lanes, you look at the rates, you look at the market. Now, if you can follow other markets to understand this, if the dry van market is tanking, or the flatbed market is tanking, and you've got, let's say the flatbed's here, and I've already touched on this, but the car market's here. What are these guys going to do? I got ramps. Let me go run this a little bit. Run this a little bit. And now that's down. Now you go up. Oh, there's RGN. I can run the equipment. I can do this. I can do that. Just keep smashing down until they've ran out of options. You know, and instead of doing something internally with the business, they just change, they substitute it. You just go to different freight. You don't do that. You need to internally change. I was told one time, and I live by this, if nothing changes, nothing changes. Well, what do you mean? The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over, expecting different results. So if nothing changes, you're still insane. Well, I got people that don't want to let me over. And trucks coming out. So, you know, life is about changing. The business is about changing, adapting, and overcoming. You overcome the adversity. You got to be able to deal with adversity, guys. Got to. So if you, you know, if you guys have any questions, just let me know. hotshotwedge@gmail. You know, I got the Snapchat, Instagram, all that. But email's the best way to get me, or you comment. But do me a favor, like, share, subscribe, hit the bell, ding, ding, so you can get my info. And if you hate me, I love you. Do me a favor, hit the bell so you can keep giving me negative feedback and comments and thumbs down. That's the best thing to do if you hate me. Make me look bad. Thumbs down. Ding-a-jing-jing-jing. Y'all think I'm worried about it. You know what? Like I've always said, if it don't make dollars, it don't make sense. But you got to protect them dollars. The worst thing to do is trip over dollars and pick up pennies. So, all right, guys. If you have any questions, just let me know. We're going to be down here and get the truck tomorrow. And we're going to give you an update on how this old girl handled the truck. Now, let me tell you something. I have gotten 22 miles per gallon with this truck. I am beyond happy. This is a good truck. And I done told him, you know, I don't need it right now. When he goes to sell it, I'm buying it. But I want this truck. You know, now obviously it's going to need some work and all that, but, you know, seems pretty good right now. So, All right, guys. Need anything? Holler at your boy. Like, share, subscribe. We're out. Peace.